Hey everyone, last night I was laying in bed browsing the Diablo 4 subreddit and I came across this post that was pretty intriguing, as bizarre as it may sound. It says to follow the rats, and the gist of the post is you're going to get better loot because the rats lead you to the good loot. And like the top comment here, this is the exact reaction I had, Charlie Day and It's Always Sunny. Like, it just sounds bizarre, right? But I also figured it'd be pretty fun to test it out and let you all know if following the rats is indeed worth it. So let's get started. First, I want to go over how I collected my data. I ran tier 31 nightmare dungeons 10 different times, and ideally I would have ran the same dungeon over and over, but I just didn't have enough materials to craft the sigils to do that. But I was tracking how many legendaries dropped in each dungeon when I was not following rats versus when I was following rats. And then I also wanted to track how many rats that I was actually following to see if there was any kind of correlation between the number of rats in a pack versus the level of legendary that I found. So anytime I was in a dungeon, if I saw a rat, I immediately stopped what I was doing and I just tried to follow it to the nearest mob that it was leading me to. But I tried to make this as fair of a comparison as I possibly could given the circumstances. So let's get into some results. As you can see here, for the first 5 dungeons, I did not see a single rat. Not a single one. And I was looking for it as hard as I could. So they were not there. And I was beginning to just think that this guy was a master level troll who made this post. And I was really appreciating it because I knew that, you know, the buzz that had been created around this was pretty big. It got like 5,500 upvotes yesterday. And I saw a couple websites covering it and some Blizzard forum posts that were asking, hey, is it true that the rats, you can really follow them and get the loot? And at this point, I was like, okay, they're not even in the game. But then I got to Moggin's Works, and something cool happened. That's right. I followed a rat around for like 5 minutes, and all it did was just continuously lead me into walls. And you'll see that with the final 5 dungeons here on the data tables that it was more of the same. I actually started seeing more rats, but they led to nothing. The only legendary that was found even remotely close to a rat was in Crusader's Cathedral, and that ancestral, it was just on a linear path that I had to go to anyway, and it was like the rat was just next to the enemies. It wasn't like it guided me there. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news with this thing. It would have been a cool Easter egg, but it's not true. Don't waste your time trying to follow the rats. I would have liked to see more of a pattern here, so I could have done a deeper dive and see like how much time it was taking to find the legendaries with the rats versus when I wasn't following the rats. I was really looking forward to that, but there's just no reason, I think, to dive any further into it. It's been debunked. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you have a nice day.